Good morning and happy Sunday. I just wanted to elaborate and go back in time, reminiscing about the guy who, like I did the story time the other day, the guy who I was doing the X pills with. Um, so I broke up with him back in 2004, and then by the time the year 2005 came, I'm walking. And mind you, this is the same guy that not only that I did the X pills with, but he also stood me up on Valentine's Day, just like the other trash ex-boyfriend I had. I'm walking because back in the day, I always liked to walk. It's just me. So I'm walking and I'm heading to the library because back in the day, that was my favorite. One of my favorite places to go was the library. So I'm walking, minding my own business, got my earphones in my ear listening to my iPad at the time. And then, it was called an iPod. The little small device that was something like a tablet. So, I see this dude walking with his head down, and he seemed like he's talking to himself. Then when he passed by me, he raised his head up. Then he started smiling, and I said to myself, "Oh shit! Here come this old sorry ass dude." He said he had said, "Hey," when he had looked at me, he said, "Hey." So I took my earphones out of my ear, and I said, "Hey." He's like, "How are you?" I'm like, "I'm good." And then he gonna start with his little sob story apology. You know, I apologize how I stood you up and I never did show up on Valentine's Day. Um, he's like, I was going through a lot. I'm still going through some stuff. And I said, I see you going through some stuff. I see you walking and you don't have your car anymore. There was a slug that I was shooting at him because it's like when he had his expensive car and everything, he was, on top. Like he was succeeding, but now he's walking, looking like a homeless person. He's walking. He's not in the car. He say, "Yeah, I don't have my car anymore, but I'm going to buy another car. I am walking." But I just wanted to tell you, I apologize if there is anything that I've ever done to hurt you. I apologize for not showing up on Valentine's Day. I apologize for the X pills situation because you don't do drugs and I shouldn't have never pressured you. And I say, yeah, and you also kidnapped me too. He's like, well, I really didn't kidnap you, but I just didn't want to bring you home to your mom because you were under the influence and I didn't want the police to be called on me. I'm like, okay, you apologize. Uh, I guess I accept your apology. I I got somewhere to go. So goodbye. He's like, well, you don't want to try again and let's start over and be friends. I'm like, I don't want to be nothing with you, dude. I said, you apologized. And I guess you explained yourself. There is nothing else that needs to be said. Goodbye. And then he say, why? I'm like, I'm moving forward in my life. I'm not trying to go backwards. And going backwards is like getting back with you. And he was like, okay. I just wanted to apologize to you. I said, and you did. And I said goodbye and I walked away. Because it's like, your apology is late, very late. And you should have apologized the day that you stood me up on Valentine's Day. And then I just didn't want to hear it. And then like I was already in another relationship with another guy, which he didn't treat me any better. And so when I bumped into him on the street and as I'm going to the library, he had the audacity to approach me and tell me that he apologized and all this type of shit. And I'm like, I guess I accept your apology, but I still don't like you. Like, I was still mad at him because that's the worst thing you can do is to stand a female up on Valentine's Day. He was the second guy who had ever done that to me. And then when he did that, he called me and he told me he would be at my house to pick me up at 7 and we was going to go to the restaurant and go out and eat. And he never did show up. So, his apology didn't mean shit to me. His apology was long overdue. I wasn't trying to hear that shit. Like, boy, bye. But that is my story time about the guy, the ex-boyfriend that, who I did the story time about some days ago about the X pills and stuff. Like, he saw me on the street a year later and then he felt like he needed to apologize to me, okay? And I told him, okay, you apologize. No, we cannot get back together and goodbye. Because that's the way you do those type of dudes. Fuck boys. Now that he's walking and don't have a car and looking lost and broke and crazy, he thought I was gonna get back together with him. Like, no. And that's good for you that you don't have a car anymore. That's good for you that you're down and out because this is the way that you did me. But I'm about to end this story time and I might come back later on with another vlog for y'all. Until then, stay blessed.